Welcome back to my channel where we expand our business development knowledge. It is my hope that each of you watching this will be able to build a generational legacy in terms of knowledge, wisdom, and wealth. So if you're watching my channel for the first time, consider subscribing. And if this is not your first time here, then you already know I'm so passionate about business. And my background is actually in academia and government. But 5 years ago, I started my coaching business and I made that a full-time commitment then. In 2022, I really started to expand my knowledge, not just on coaching, but about businesses and how to run businesses and what makes them successful and good investments and how I can tell those apart right at the very beginning. So in today's video, this background is important because I want all of you watching to know that it's not too late to start being your own boss and to detach yourself from the 9-to-5 system. So how do you become successful? That's what we're talking about in today's video. This is by far the most asked question that I get when it comes to starting a business. I was actually speaking at a local high school earlier this week, and it was the number one thing that the students wanted to know about entrepreneurship is, how do I make my business successful? So if you are one of these people and you want to know if you're going to have a successful or influential business before you even get started, it's important to ask yourself a few questions. So the first question is, what is your niche? Your niche is simply something that you want to be known for, that you will be known for, that your business will be known for. You want to know what your niche is and get good about talking about your niche. You want to be very proficient at explaining what it is that you do and why that's useful or important. You need to be able to sell the outcome. So if you use any social media platforms, your clients are going to be able to identify the one thing that you are good at, the one thing that they can call you for, and that you're able to deliver to them that information, right? So this could be a career coach, but for another person, maybe they're a health and fitness coach. Both of these categories are still pretty broad, so you want to narrow down your niche as much as you can. For example, you could be a career transition coach. That's where you help people move from one career field to a completely different type. If you're a health and fitness coach, maybe you want to be known as a weight loss coach, and from there you could narrow down your target audience even more. So again, for example, as a career transition coach, maybe you want to specifically help moms who were stay at home for several years now get back into the career field. Or if you're a weight loss coach, maybe you want to specifically help people who have been chronically ill for a certain amount of time lose weight or gain weight. Your niche helps your clients and it helps you to identify what exactly your business focuses on and what is your target market, what your target market is comprised of. You want to identify who your potential clients are going to be and then understand whether or not you are the right fit for them and vice versa. This will help you build an overall strategy for your business. So really quick, what do I mean by your target market? Let's say you want to sell shoes. What type of shoes you are going to be selling will depend on who your target market is. So let's say you want to sell corporate shoes that people could wear to a corporate office, but for middle class families. So you want to have an understanding of how much it would take to produce these shoes, how you would market these shoes, and whether or not your target market would be able to even afford your shoes or not. Right? Next, you need to have an understanding of how that overall market is doing. This is important because it also opens your mind to being creative so that you can penetrate through the existing market. Every industry and every market will have barriers to entry, and you want to know what those barriers to entry are so that you can overcome them. Once you get inside the market, you want to be as disruptive to that market as possible. This means you need to know who's already in that space. Who is your competition? So take, for example, somebody who sells gym wear or activewear. If I want to penetrate through that market, I have to do my research at the activewear that I am selling that's similar to the ones that already exist in that market. I need to know who is buying that brand, the already existing brand of activewear already now. If I do my research well at this stage, if I plan strategically as a result of that research, then I'm able to think outside of the box of what is existing. I'm able to see needs that the current company, that my competitor is not filling because they're overlooking a certain demographic. They're overlooking a certain need of their current demographic. Whatever it is, it helps pull out my creativity and what I can bring to the market. I need to be innovative. I need to be disruptive. So once again, I need to know what is already existing. I need to know the overall health of that market. In other words, is this thing predicted to go up or to go down? Are more businesses expected to come in, meaning the barrier of entry is lowering or getting higher by the year? I need to know who's going to buy my product and what economic factors or other factors might potentially be impacting them, not just now, but in the future, of their ability to afford my product. So now I can start to identify and to shape my business properly and structure my business well so that it's going to be profitable. Understanding my market also helps me to know when it's likely for me to earn my money back, right? When is my business actually going to turn a profit? Because there are several businesses, due to COVID, for example, the market for that particular business is gone, like mass. But just because the need for that specific item or service is gone from the market, it doesn't mean that you have to scrap your idea totally. So for example, if I made mass during 2020, manufacturer connections that I made, the supply chain connections, the specific skill set on how to market that product or service, all of these things can still be repurposed and reutilized towards a different product or service now. So next, what I need to do is to compile all this information into a business plan. You do not want to just wake up one day and say, I'm starting a business today. You need a plan. I know that there are businesses who have started without a business plan and they have grown to be very successful, but I guarantee you that they put a plan together once they saw that success. They knew that this trajectory was not sustainable by itself. Something had to be supporting its growth. So if you want to create as many fail-safes in your future for your business as possible, then you need to do the things in the correct order. Writing a thorough business plan will help you to do just that. Plus, the first several questions that I've already addressed in this video will be included and addressed during the process of writing your plan. Now, you don't have to wait for perfection before you get started, but you do have to get started to become perfect. So getting started requires that you have a plan that details how you are going to get started, how you're going to go about it. What is your approach? What are your target numbers? What are your major projects? What is the difference between your business and other businesses? What is your strategy or business model that you will be building on? You have to have your objectives and vision written down. You need to have a mission statement. A business plan is like having a map ahead of time before you go on a road trip. You could know where you're trying to get to, but you're going to make a lot of unnecessary wrong turns if you don't plan the route out in advance. As you are doing this, I really encourage you to start looking for someone who can be a mentor to both you as the business owner and to your business, especially if you are just leaving a 9-to-5 job. There are so many mindsets that you will need to shift in order to become a successful business owner. I started to become a real business owner when I invested specifically and purposefully in mentorship for my businesses. Now, all of these things that we have mentioned so far have to do with the business itself and the purpose of the business. But it's really important that before any of that happens, you as the owner know why you want to have a business. What is the purpose of having your business? Are you starting the business because you just want money? Financial freedom is a great reason to start a business, but it isn't going to sustain you when you don't have that money, when you don't have the profit right away. So you need to have a vision. A vision is the final picture of what you want to achieve. I have a different vision for each of my businesses, and this vision helps me keep centered on the things that matter, especially when things are hard or emotionally trying. You need to understand that things will not always go exactly the way that you planned it, even with an amazing business plan. For example, let's say I have a few employees who decide not to work with me anymore. If I don't have a vision, maybe these employees leaving, them quitting, maybe out of the blue, it affects you because they're quitting and it feels like somebody's quitting on you. And now this impacts you emotionally. It gets you to look away from your true vision, the end goal of what you're trying to achieve by having your business. But having a vision will keep you married to the end goal regardless of what happens on the journey to reach it. I have covered all of these topics in their own videos, so you can check out the playlist for new entrepreneurs at the end of this video to learn more about these topics individually. You need to know that financial freedom is not designed in any of the systems that you're using right now. If financial freedom was designed for something that society wanted you to achieve, they would teach it to you in high school. I'm telling you this so that you understand that things will come to try to make you doubt whether or not you are doing the right thing and to keep you tethered to your 9-to-5 job. So having a vision will help to eliminate distractions because you know what you want to achieve at the end of the day. Next, you need to understand money. Do you understand how to multiply money? What we're talking about here is understanding the business aspect of business, not your niche, okay? The niche is what you do. You could be the best executor of your craft, but if you don't understand how to turn that into a business, someone with less talent who has done less work than you will out-earn you. Sales is hard for a lot of people because they don't want to come across as pushy, but you need to become so confident in whatever it is that you are selling that you know it will improve people's lives and that you are unashamed in telling people about it and promoting your business to people. So as a business person, it's really important that you learn about business. You need to understand your competitors. Like, you need to know the whole business aspect, forward and backwards. You can't just do it for the money. You want it to be sustainable, yes, but you need to have passion. When you aren't confident, you will lose that passion, and that comes across to people as salesy. Like, you're just trying to make them buy your thing just so that you can make money. But when you're passionate about it and you're confident in it, what you are talking about, then that's what makes people want to invest in you and ultimately your business. So focus on learning the business before you even get started. Take some sales classes. So as a real quick summary right now, what I've told you to ask yourself are the following questions before you start a business that will help eliminate all unnecessary risks before you start. Number 1, do I know the niche? Number 2, do I have a plan? Number 3, do I have a vision for it? Number 4, do I have people who can mentor my business? Number 5, am I comfortable with sales? Before success comes survival. There is going to be a struggle, and you need to know that right off the bat. So really, in my opinion, once you have the foundation, the infrastructure put together, and you've answered all of the questions that I just addressed, what you really need is to work on your tenacity and patience. You need to be productive and put all of your energy and effort into your business, even when you aren't seeing the number of sales that you would like to have by that specific time. Quick fixes are never the answer to long-term problems. And most of all, don't try to shut out your creativity when it comes to thinking about your business. This is both a science and an art. And you are the magic sauce or the secret ingredient in what will make or break your business. And if you need help developing a brand, then I want you to check out this video next, in which I discuss the 4 V's that will help you get real clear on what your brand is and what it stands for.